Welcome to our Clarity Focus session here today. Super excited because we did some training yesterday that we put out there in the marketplace to engage or put and craft offers out there very quickly into the market. And then so we did 5 different walkthroughs of the type of strategy you can put out there. I'm going to ask for some feedback if you actually did this. I practiced what I preached. So what I taught yesterday, I actually actioned myself. I spent an hour putting together a money offer, crafted the strategy, put the offer out there, and I actually have cash in bank, which is pretty amazing. So I'm going to show you what I did, what the results were so far. There's still results coming in. I'm still getting lots of engagement on the offer, but I'll explain the strategy because all of you can actually apply the same strategy to your business as well. So some of you may have even been seeing what I've been doing, but this is something, I said yesterday, when you take action, you go out there and you want 3 pieces of feedback in the market. Number 1 feedback is I want to hear crickets. Nobody's responding. Number 2 feedback is people are opening my stuff or looking at my stuff. Number 3 feedback, they want to reply and engage. Number 4 feedback, I'm going to follow through on them. They're the 4 things that I want to have happen when I go out there and put the energy out there into the market to make an offer to engage and connect with your audiences. So let's get into today, because one of the things that I wanted to talk about, I'm just going to share my screen here. Worked on some slides in the background, direct revenue impact. So the reason what I wanted to talk about today is what's happening over the next 2 months, right? What's happening in the market over the next 2 months. Now, I talked about there are 3 things that are going on in terms of what's happening with businesses. You've got a bunch of businesses that are going out of the market in America right now, 35 million people unemployed, lots of businesses shutting down. They are not coming back, right? So 1/3 of the market is leaving, has gone, is left. Another 1/3 of the market is trying to hang in there. They're trying to figure out how they're going to navigate their way through this. Like, we're just about to come out of lockdown, both in the US, both in Europe, the UK, here in Australia. We're about to start to ease on our restrictions, right, to actually come back out into the marketplace, which means businesses are going to open up. Bars, restaurants, cafes, all that's going to start to happen. Retail stores are already opening up. They're bringing back their teams, their employees to service the market. But the consumer that is coming back to the market now is also very tentative about coming in, right? They're not just rushing, say, hey, we're out here, and then rushing back to the market. And that's not happening. That's going to take some time. And it may take the next 3 to 6 months to kind of figure out what things are going to look like for the rest of the year. Right? It's going to probably take 3 to 6 months to find out what it's going to look like for the rest of the year. So I had a conversation with one of our champions yesterday who's been doing really well, generated 4 clients in April. Their average client spends $60,000 on their services. So that's $240,000 worth of revenue in a month. That's not too bad, especially selling LinkedIn lead gen. I thought that was pretty cool. But in this conversation, we actually talked about having the conversations of what do we do? How do you apply your services to the challenges that businesses have been exposed to over the last 3 months being in lockdown, and then what's going to come out of that. So to me, direct revenue impact is if you understand what's going in the market and you can actually infuse your idea or your offer in relation to where the market's at, in how they've responded or how they've reacted or what's missing, then you open the door to generating a lot of revenue for yourself. So this is why I call this training direct revenue impact. So basically, businesses have been dramatically tested, right? So all businesses over the last 3 months have been incredibly tested. The airline industry is in absolute disarray, and who knows how that's going to come back into the market. That's not to say that we're not going to be flying. We are going to be flying, but we may be flying very differently for the next 2 years, right? That might change. The industry will change. The business model will have to change because, and also flying will become expensive. It's not going to get cheaper. It's not going to be cheaper. It's going to be a lot more expensive. So there's all those economic forces that come to play. And the other thing also is that the chain reaction effect. A lot of people don't realize that. I'll give you an example. I was talking to a manufacturer in the US where they produce a particular produce a baby monitoring product. Well, all the components come out of China and Japan, and of course China and Japan have been locked down for the last 3 months, and so these factories have been locked down, so their production or their inventory has been halted because they haven't had the capability to bring in the supply to be able to fulfill their products. So there's a chain reaction that is occurring. There's a chain reaction in food supply, distribution, logistics, all that sort of stuff is being impacted. And so this has a flow-on effect to the entire economy. It affects all businesses, right? So businesses have been dramatically tested in the marketplace. Next, every inefficiency has been exposed. Everywhere where you've had an inefficiency has been highlighted by, and I'm going to walk you through areas where people have inefficiency, but right now, every single inefficiency where you don't have systems, processes, structure, strategy, planning, if you don't have any of those things in place, your business has suffered dramatically because of the inefficiencies, right? Now, there are businesses who've been very efficient, very effective in the marketplace. They are not suffering. They are actually growing. Right? They are actually flourishing in this market because they did all the right things and have been very smart in this market. So I would say 20% of that market fits in that smart category, right? 40% of that market fits in the or 50% of the market fits in the category of I'm just trying to hang in there, and 30% of the marketplace is I'm out. Right? But the inefficiencies have been very much exposed, right? So core business areas need to be addressed. You need to think about where the core business areas of a business need to be. So businesses must, so core business area number one, cash flow. It's king, right? So what do you do to impact on cash flow? Number one, businesses must close all open deals now. They must get more efficient and diligent at actually managing and closing their deals. That's number one. Number two, businesses must engage all past and not sold deals now. So anybody that hasn't bought or they've made an offer to in the past 12 months or last 2 years that didn't buy, need to go back to them, re-offer, see if they'll come in. Now, here's an example of this. We've had 3 of our consulting champions this week that have told me that they've actually got sales closed from deals and conversations that they had 6 months to 12 months ago. I spoke to Tina, one of our consulting champions yesterday. She closed a $25,000 deal from a deal that was nearly over a year ago, 25 grand from a deal that was exposed over a year ago because they went back and closed deals that were not sold in the past. Perry just closed a deal for $60,000. We had John close a deal for $10,000. These are all past deals sitting cash, just sitting out there, right? Re-engage. How are you going? What's going on? What's changed? Do you want to do something? Are you interested? Really simple to do, right? These are the things that everything that I'm sharing with you here are things that you need to take into consideration for your business as well, because this has an impact on you, on how you do things, right? So all businesses must engage past not sold deals now, right? The other thing is businesses must make a new offer to their audience and current lists. Number 3, they've got to go and put an offer out there. Now, we talked about putting offers out there yesterday in yesterday's training, right? And if we don't have an offer out in the market, then we can't make any money. We can't do any business. This is why we need to put an offer out or have an offer out or a way to engage every single day, because that's letting the market know that we are open, right? So that's number 3. Number 4, businesses must upsell all their current clients. Do you have product or range of product offerings that are relevant to your current customers taking advantage of? Make that offer to those current clients. Say, hey, here's something we know that we can support you with. We've got something that'll work, and we've got another product that is something that is valuable or of use right now. Here's the product. Are you interested in getting the product? Maybe provide an incentive, maybe provide a value add. Right? But they must upsell, they must educate their existing customers, say, hey, we do other things, and these other things you haven't bought yet, are you interested? They've got to do this in that marketplace. Now, this is the thing, right? If you're offering AdWords, go and sell Google My Business or SEO, use a resource partner and upsell your existing clients, because SEO is really, really important right now, right? If you're doing SEO, then offer a traffic source of either AdWords or Facebook, because at the same time, whilst they're waiting for an SEO strategy to kick in, they can get direct access to customers now, right? What is a possible upsell for you that you need to take into consideration for your business, right? Next, businesses must have an offer being made out there every single day. They need to be visible. If you're not visible, if you're invisible, you're out. Nobody can find you. This is the most powerful computer in the world right now. Most powerful computer in the world. If I can't find you on this computer, you don't exist. If I cannot search for you, if I cannot click to call you, if I cannot direct to your sales page, if I can't do that on this device, you do not exist. And if you don't exist, that means you lose opportunities. This is something that is a demonstration that you should show your clients. I say to people, say, listen, hey, how many people how many times you go to Google for searching every day? Oh, 30, 50 times a day. Did you purchase a product today or the last week on using your phone? Funny you should say that. Yes, I pay my bills and purchase products all the time. Yes. So what do you think your customers are doing? How are you making it easy for your customers to interact and engage with you on this device? Right? This is a demonstration of why this is important, right? 80% of all search right now on this device right here. And Google is a search engine, not Facebook. Facebook is not the search engine. Google is the search engine. So you need to think AdWords, YouTube videos. You need to think Google Display Network, right? Being visible, very, very important, right? Do you have an offer out right now? Customer acquisition. What did you do with customer acquisition? What's happening in your business? How is where are the efficiency of customer acquisition? What is your plan right now to acquire customers? These things that I'm sharing with you are things that you can go to the market with and ask questions for and get feedback and engage in conversations. Right. So right now, how are you acquiring customers? If you're not running ads, you need to be running ads, because if you're not running ads, you're out. You need to be visible. Your competition right now is running ads. Let me show you the search term. Let me show you the 7 advertisements that are on Google right now. These 7 businesses are open and you're not. Even though you say you are, I can't find you, right? If you want more, you've got to be visible, right? Customer acquisition. How are you doing that? Where did it break down? Are you bringing on new customers right now? Are you open for business, or have you closed like everybody else, right? Customer acquisition, very powerful. Lead management. Big mistake. This is a failing of a lot of businesses. They don't manage leads at all, right? They treat leads as tire kickers, and so naturally a tire kicker is not going to do anything. But if they actually treated a lead like helping somebody who's inquiring about a product or service, they're actually going to convert sales. So lead management has become very, very important. If you offer leads, Facebook ads or AdWords or LinkedIn leads or any type of lead service, you want to put in a management system to maximize conversions, because most companies are inefficient in handling inquiries. They don't respond in a timely fashion. They don't actually hold any KPIs or accountability to the lead, to the person who's supposed to be handling the inquiries. And so this is a way that you can very easily, a lot of our champions do this, where they marry up a product that we have access to and add lead management. It's almost like software, and what it does is it makes the customer sticky and have to pay you forever, because if they leave, they lose everything, right? Rating rather than owning, right? The different model. So lead management, are they inefficient lead management? Sales conversion. What's their sales conversion strategy right now, right? Are they maximizing every opportunity? Are they chasing up every deal? Are they measuring or having metrics to what their conversion is? Because if you don't measure it, then you can't improve it. And if you can't improve it, then you're in the lap of the gods. You're going to be wasting a thing that we call opportunity cost. So if somebody said to me, John, we have a 20% conversion on 10 leads, right? That means you make 2 sales. Let's say the average sale for them is $10,000 a sale. So 20% conversion rate on 10 leads is $20,000. But what this also creates is an $80,000 opportunity cost. It means that 8 leads didn't buy, which means if we multiply $10,000 by 8, that's $80,000. So you gain 20 and you lost 80. But if we can gain another 10, we've had a 50% increase in sales. So if we can go from 20 to 30, a 2 in 10 to a 3 in 10, right? Not a big jump, a 2 in 10 to a 3 in 10, our opportunity cost drops down to 70,000, but our sales improve by more than 50%, right? So sales conversion, knowing the numbers and being able to measure them, has a huge impact. And just measuring sales conversion alone will dramatically improve and increase sales conversion. If you measure sales conversion is going to go up, right? So this is really important. Where have businesses fallen down in sales conversion? Pivot and offer to the market, right? How have you pivoted your offer, right? Are you providing a an easy package for them to buy in? Are you creating a new service or a new product that is relevant? Look at our champions, Headley Swan and his partner John. They run a web dev agency out of the Northern Territory in Australia. They pivoted from being a full service web development agency into a business strategy agency, a online marketing business strategy, because last month they sold 7 strategy sessions for $5,000 each, $35,000 worth of revenue, cash in from 7 strategies. And that is a 2-hour conversation. They get $5,000 for a 2-hour conversation. At the end of the conversation, they deliver a blueprint to a client. Because all they're doing is they're charging for their discovery. So what they've done is they've pivoted. They've realized that just picking up or fixing the website, or just fixing a landing page, or just fixing or creating a sales funnel isn't going to help the client. The client needs to get very clear about their offer, what they're putting to the market, what the strategy is, what the campaigns are. They need to have the planning and the strategy before they go and spend money on building, rebuilding, or renewing, or doing all those sorts of things to their market. So pivot. How is the business that you're working with, or your prospects? It's a question you ask. What are you pivoting right now? Have you made changes to the offer? What types of offers are you putting out there? If you ask these sorts of questions, you learn about the market. You can go to the market and say, hey, I can give you 4 or 5 examples of how companies have pivoted their offer, and here's the marketing strategy that we can put in place to leverage that offer if you're interested in putting that in your place, right? So you come to the market with great value. So pivoting to the market. Team management. Most people laid a lot of people off. Now, a lot of people laid the wrong people off. A lot of people laid off key skills. Now, we're coming back out of lockdown. We're coming back into work. So we're now going to introduce people back into the marketplace, right? We're going to try and keep some of our employees, keep them employed, because we've got to service our customers. But at the very beginning, there was a huge knee-jerk reaction to just let a whole bunch of people go. But in doing that, they let a whole bunch of highly skilled, highly important people. So here's the thing. If they can't get those people back, or they can't afford to have those people, they can afford you. You can be the team. You are the outsourced provider that can be the team for them. For the same price as hiring one person, they can have 3 or 4 people manage their ad campaign for less than the 401k and the monthly salary that they're paying for a marketing person. This is a big opportunity for all of you here to be the team, because let me tell you right now, lots of companies let go of their team. So lots of companies who will come back into this market need you. They need you, right? They desperately need you in the market. So cash flow, I talked about cash flow. Cash flow is king. Here's the thing with cash flow. You've got to generate it. You've got to keep it, right? You've got to keep it. You've got to use it strategically in your business, and you've got to spend it. Right? You have to spend the cash. You cannot grow your business if you are not investing in your marketing. And now is the time for every business to start investing in their marketing online. This is why you are all in the greatest opportunity in the history of business on the planet, right? In terms of the market. So cash flow is king. Service product delivery might have changed, right? Distribution might have changed. Remember I said at the beginning, supply chains have changed, might have changed the product, might have changed the delivery, might have changed inventory, might have changed asset management, logistics. How are you adapting? How are you changing? Whiskey distilleries and alcoholic distilleries are creating hand sanitizers. We have a distillery in Australia called Bundaberg Rum. So this is a famous rum distillery. They make amazing, they make nice products, but they've gone from being rum creators, where they've created a whole new brand and put in a rum bottle. I hope people don't drink this sanitizer, but they've created this incredible looking brand of hand sanitizer, and they are selling off the shelves. They can't keep up with the production of this new product that they've launched into the market, and they've pivoted in what they've done. Poor sales process and sales management is one of the critical areas that most businesses have been exposed to. My question to you is, how do you help with this? How do you help with actually, like I said, managing those leads, stepping out, automating sales funnels, automating the sales process? All of that will improve sales process, sales management. Putting in reporting, putting capabilities for KPIs, putting in the ability to actually track a lead from the time of initial inquiry to a phone call into a database, so you know exactly what happened to the lead, and also track it right through to purchase. Right? These sorts of things are very powerful. If you're doing sales funnels, you are in the right place in the world right now. People are desperately looking for your help. in the marketplace. They just don't know where you are. So you need to let them know that you're open for business, right? Branding, messaging, visibility is a given. Most people have really learnt that their brand isn't very well known in their market. Even in their local market, they have become invisible, right? So visibility is really important. Those companies that invest in their branding, in their outreach, and in their exposure and message to the market, they're the ones that are growing right now. They're the ones that are making the most money in the market right now, right? So what's your message? The message has to change. Remember, our hierarchy of needs, we have to change the message to where the customer's at. Safety, security, connection, belonging, health, right? At the bottom end of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Visibility, you're not running ads, you're not in business. You have to run advertising. You cannot rely. Referrals have gone out the window because everybody is doing their own thing, right? Customer loyalty, out the window, gone, right? So, how are you visible? You need to run ads. You've got no choice. If you want to survive in business these days, you have absolutely no choice but to run advertising. It's virtually impossible for you to have sustainability just relying on word of mouth. It's just not going to work anymore. You have to advertise. So all you advertisers out there, here is the boom, right? Here is the money for all of your advertisers: Facebook, AdWords, GDN, YouTube, LinkedIn, right? All the areas, yeah. New marketing strategies. So what's the footprint? Where are you at? The inefficiencies have been exposed, right? The inefficiencies on branding on social media has been exposed. Your efficiency to be able to handle your inquiries has been exposed. Your inefficiency to communicate the right message that people actually engage has been exposed. How do you help people in these areas? So I just want to stop right there. I'm going to stop sharing just a moment. Question and feedback. I've got a bunch of people here. Good to see you, Michael. Samantha, nice to have you here. Lou, good to have you back. James, as always. Mark, good to see you. Chris. Anybody got any questions about what I've shared so far? Anybody have an aha moment? If you want to just type in the chat. If you've had an aha moment, just type it in the chat. All right? Just type 1 if you're still alive and you're still listening to this. Samantha's 1, awesome. I'm alive. Absolutely. Mike's like, 1. Hey, Eric, how you doing? So my question is, do you have any questions about what I've just shared? Have you had an aha moment? I wasn't aware that customer loyalty is out the door. Absolutely, James. Customer loyalty was out the door months ago. Customer loyalty has been waning for years because the internet has changed customer loyalty, right? Let me give you an example of how customer loyalty is out the window, right? So here's a classic example. If you are subscribed to purchasing lists, like you're on e-commerce sites, like, it might be fashion sites or sporting equipment or whatever, you might get emails from the supplier saying, hey, we've got a deal right now. We've got a 25% off on a particular product. So you open the email and you go, you know what? Is there anybody else selling the same brand else out there? Maybe they're doing free delivery. Maybe they're selling for cheaper. Maybe they can get it to my door faster. So what you do is you start looking like somebody has done the right thing. They've nurtured you as a customer, but you go, you know what? Yeah, I like the idea of this, but if I do want to buy it, I want to get the best deal. So then you start shopping around. And if somebody offers the same product for the same money, but they're willing to deliver it to your home for free, or they can get it there a day quicker or hours quicker, then you're going to choose them over the person you originally go to. So loyalty right now has gone out the window. So customer experience is really important here, right? Think of Apple, the customer experience. The reason why people like Apple is because of the way they package their vision, their drive, the sleekness. They've got this whole image around the creative experience for their customers, right? Very engaging, right? And so they've got a very loyal following, but they only account for 15 to 20% of the market. 15 to 20% of the market, and they are the biggest company, one of the biggest companies in the world for only 15 to 20% market, right? They only own, I think they only own 39% of the phone market. It's only 39%, but 39% of the phone market, they are still the largest company, one of the largest companies, or they were a little while ago, largest companies in the world, right? So understand loyalty. Loyalty has to be created through experience. Loyalty, people are willing to pay a premium. People are willing to stay if you look after them. But most people, James, in my experience, are not being looked after. They're not being cared for. They're not being helped. And this is a big problem. Yeah. Uh, Michael says it's a positive spin on never let a good crisis go to waste. Absolutely. Like right now, you just don't realize how big of an opportunity you have and how quickly you can actually grow your business. I've got an agency right now that's going to hit $1 million run rate in like 4 months from scratch. Can you imagine going from zero to $1 million in 4 months? Zero to $1 million in 4 months. $84,000 a month in recurring revenue in 4 months from scratch. And they are crushing it. In fact, they're hiring like crazy right now to be able to manage the growth, and they're not stopping. They've got the momentum, so they're keeping the momentum going. They're not allowing themselves to slow down in the market. Yeah. I can imagine now that you mentioned it, yeah. As long as your eyes, so so the wounds, to find, yeah, so where are the wounds? Like to me, businesses have shown very visibly how they are struggling right now. Businesses have shown incredibly visibly how they're struggling. And so where do we fit? Where does your service fit in the market? And then how do you get that message out to the market as quickly as possible, right? Because if you do, then then you become visible. Then more and more people are going to ask you questions. You can have more clients than you can handle, right? Then it's going to force you to hire and grow and scale. Yeah. But let me tell you, not a single person on this call should be thinking that, that in struggle street. You should not be in struggle street right now. You should be freaking busy. If you've been watching these trainings for the last 47 days, every single person that's been in these trainings should be freaking having at least 4 or 5 new clients in the last 4 to 7 days. If you haven't had 4 to 5 new clients, I've got to ask you, what the hell have you been doing? Because people are desperately looking for you out there, right? And I've given you every opportunity, every chance, and shown you everything. And even yesterday, I showed you how to go and get out to the market very quickly. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. So understand that you have massive opportunities and they're sitting right in front of you, and those inefficiencies, they are big inefficiencies. The whole being visible, actually running ads, the fact that you have to do that, like you have not been given any choice, because you have to keep scrolling. When you go to Google, you have to scroll and scroll and scroll, right? You have to scroll on this silly thing to find anybody on the organic. You've got to scroll, right? So because the first 3, 4 are all ads, and then the bottom 3 are all ads. And so the organic kind of in the middle or on the maps, right? So you understand, or you need to understand that people, what are your options, right? Do nothing, go quietly into the good night, see you later, or get visible, start running ad campaigns, start building a budget, start building scale to your campaigns as you bring more people into your market. So happy to answer any questions if you've got any questions. James says it's about convenience and price. Sometimes it is about convenience and price. Right now, price is a consideration. But here's the other thing, James. Luxury goods right now, going through the roof in sales. Luxury, off the charts right now, in the middle of all this bullshit that's going on. People still love their luxury goods. People are buying their luxury stuff right now. For the luxury market, mate, they're cleaning up right now. Does it make sense to offer strategic partnership management for a niche? Absolutely, Chris. You can offer strategic partnership management. If that's what you do, if you know how to do that and you're very effective at doing that, and you can get the results for the client, then I would highly recommend that you do that. The money is no object sector. There's a lot of people with a lot of money out there right now that are spending. There's a lot of people right now that have been sitting in their homes making lists of all the stuff they're going to fix, all the repairs. Like the contractor market is going to go through the roof. And the contractors that are not advertising, they're the ones that are going to die. The contractors who are not advertising are going to be out of the market. The contractors right now that are advertising, they're the ones getting all the phone calls, right? That gives you a hint. That gives you a clue. So I'm going to go back to what we talked about yesterday, because we talked about some really cool stuff about moving fast and getting an offer to the marketplace. So I'm going to ask you what you did, but then I'm going to show you what I did to go and make money instantly overnight, right? It took me 1 hour to do this. I'm going to show you exactly what I did, exactly what I put together, right? And I'm going to show you what I did. It's a really cool idea. But you can take my idea, you can apply it to yourself. You don't have to do it the same way I did it, but it works. It's working right now. I'm just looking, there's more emails of people that actually put more money in my bank account whilst I'm monitoring here on my phone, and it's working really, really quickly. right? Mark says upsell offer to current people on list. Absolutely. Right, so let me just share my screen so we can just go back to the presentation. Let's go back to where's my presentation? It's here. Okay, so update from yesterday. So yesterday we covered some training. The reason I want to do the update is because one, I took some action and got a result. Two, I asked you to get out there, make an offer really quick, and go and get some feedback, right? So what I'd love to do before I show you what I did, we talked about 5 different types of offers that you can craft very quickly. Go out to the market. In fact, we crafted them live on the training. If you want to see them, just go and watch the training from yesterday, and get out and make it, move fast and get results, right? Get feedback, right? So before I go into what I'm doing, did anybody just type in a 1 first if you actually created an offer and sent it out yesterday? So right now it's 24 hours from the last thing. If you did something yesterday and you sent it out, did you do something? Did you take action and did you get it out there? I know, so we had a few. Eric did, Mark did, Lou did. Awesome. Okay. Now, did anybody get any fit? James, you sent an offer out yesterday. Awesome. This is fantastic. Now, did anybody get a reply? Did anybody get a reply? Just type 2 if you got a reply. James got a reply. That's awesome too. Awesome. Lou, you got a reply. That's amazing. Fantastic. That's great. That's great. Mark, you got a reply. That's incredible. Isn't it funny when you put it out there and you got replies? Doing my offer next Monday. Chris, next Monday. Is it next Monday over a week away or next Monday coming in a few days' time? Yeah, okay. All right. 2 days' time. Awesome. Okay. So thank you so much for taking action and getting out there. Now, did anybody make a sale? Did anybody make a money result from the thing? If you did, just type 1. If you made a sale, if you put money in the bank. Anybody make a money sale in 24 hours? Sometimes we get a yes. It's in the pipeline. You got an appointment for Monday. When the government ceased to lock down. Yes. Awesome. All right. Awesome. Okay. So I'm going to show you what I did and this took me 1 hour, right? I had a really busy day yesterday. I had back-to-back calls. I had the trainings that we did. I had clients, my champions that I was working with closely. So I was pretty much back-to-back. I started my day at 4 a.m. and I finished my day at 6 p.m. in the evening. And the thing that I said that I would do, walk my walk, right, was apply this strategy. And that was the last thing I did on the day. So I allocated some time to doing this. I had 1 hour to do this. And I'm going to show you exactly what I did, and you can apply the same strategy, right? So let me just get into this. So yesterday I said move fast offers, right? Move quickly on getting an offer out of the marketplace. So there's a couple of offers that I looked at. Are you interested in this? Reply yes or no. That was one offer. Are you interested in this idea? Yes or no, right? The next offer was, I made this, do you want this? Reply yes or no. I actually combined these 2 offers together and then made a money deal. Buy this, right? I made a money deal. But I'm going to walk you through the strategy. I'm going to show you all the pages so you can see what it looks like. But I thought, you know what? I'm going to do something very quickly. It literally was off the top of my head. I created a landing page, a payment page, a membership page. That took me less than 40 minutes. I shot 2 videos. One video took me 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Another video took me less than 30 seconds, right? Or actually, it was about a minute or 2. So I spent 10 minutes shooting the video in 2 locations. And when I was out on a location where I shot the video, I posted the offer. I made the offer. So this took me 1 hour. Anybody can do this. I use ClickFunnels to do it with, but I'm going to walk you through the strategy. Somebody just did a chat. Yes, you can see them. I will share them with you. You will see the whole strategy, right? So what I did in 1 hour, right? I created this page, and it's called the Agency Sales Blitz Intensive, a web event for good. Now, let me explain the strategy behind this. I'll explain what the web event for good was. What I thought I would do is I would do something. I wanted to create something where an event, we do what we call an intensive. We do them all over the world. normally do them live, but on this case, I was going to do this one as a web event, right? It's a half day. And what I do is I literally unpack strategy and we go and make sales in the middle of the event. We've had people generate hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of sales during this intensive, actually doing the work, getting it done, getting it out, getting the offers, getting results. We've had people literally close $30,000 deals doing this. We've had people within 24 hours put over $80,000 worth of money in their bank account by applying the strategies I teach in intensive. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to create an intensive. We're going to do a half day. We can't do live event. We're going to do it on the web. I'm going to charge $97 to attend this intensive for half a day. Now, for $97, I'm going to give you the recordings, give you the slides, right? And I'm going to do something very unique. You'll notice the words web event for good. So what a web event for good is, for every $97 ticket that is actually purchased for this web event, right, you'll get the recordings and the slides for the event. But I'm also going to provide 10 families with solar lighting, right? They have electricity, but I'm going to give them solar lamps. 10 families are going to get solar lamps for every ticket sold. 5 women are going to get vocational and jobs training, skills training to gain independence, to support their families in the world. And 1 child, I'm going to pay for an entire year's education for 1 disadvantaged child. So this $97 gets you all the recordings, gets you all the slide decks, but what it does, it has an impact on 15 families. 1 child is going to get a year's worth of education paid for from this $97. 5 women are going to get vocational training and jobs training so they can support their families and become independent, financially independent in their communities. So 5 women will be impacted, including their families. And then 10 families are going to get a solar lighting put in their home. So they don't have to have electricity, you don't have to pay for it. This is something that will be given to them so they can have solar lighting, so they can see in the dark. Kids can do their homework. They've got a little bit of first world opportunities as opposed to not having any lighting in their rural areas. So this $197 ticket has a huge impact, a massive impact, right? It's called consultingunleashedlive.com/ticket for good, because this event, what I wanted to do was have an impact on thousands of people. I want to give over 1,000 families, in fact more than that, I want to give 10,000 families lighting, right? I want to help over 1,000 children have education for a year paid for from this ticket. I want to impact on thousands of women to give them vocational training and job skills just from this ticket. It is called the Web Event for Good. So I created this. I'm going to show you the landing page and do all that stuff. This took me just less than an hour. I actually timed it, right? So I made a Facebook post. There's a little video. Some of you might have even seen this video. It says, hey, what if? And the what if was, what if I handed you access to ideal qualified leads, recession-proof niches and how to engage them, like physically showed you how to engage them, craft an offer with you, give you a whole bunch of offers you can go to these high recession offers with, a script that allows a prospect to walk into a sale, so walk you through the actual sales process and script it out for you, a simple closing process that allows the person to go, okay, this is a good idea, fulfillment done for you so that you don't have to worry about how to fulfill. And if you want, all you had to do to get access to this is to just comment sales on the post, right? I posted it only I posted in one area, right? I haven't started sharing this all over the place, although I know it's starting to happen now. I posted this, and so this was my idea. So if a person posted sales on my post, I sent them a link, right? And this is what happened. All these people were posting, yes, sales, sales, sales. So I would just post a link, post a link, post a link as they responded. And then what would happen is obviously this would keep the post up and active in the actual group. But if you look to the left side of the screen here, look at what happened. Literally within the first hour of me launching this post, we had 3 ticket sales immediately in the bank account. 3 people bought a ticket. Now that means that 30 families are going to get lighting because of these 3 tickets. That means 15 women are going to get vocational training and education to help with their job skills to become independent and support their village and community. And 3 children right now are going to have an entire year's worth of tuition paid for them because 3 people jumped in and saw the value of what I was going to deliver in a half-day event, right? 3 people, right? So this less than $300. So what's it? $293, right? $293 is going to pay for 15 families. For 30 families to have solar lighting in their homes. 30 families are going to be impacted by these 3 tickets, right? The more tickets we sell, the more impact we have. This is why this event that I'm holding is called the Ticket for Good, or the Web Event for Good, right? Lots of value, but the impact is even greater. Imagine how much impact if 100 people bought a ticket. Imagine if 200 people bought a ticket. Imagine if 300 people. I'm feeling a little bit emotional about this idea because I'm super, super psyched about being able to do this, right? $97 buys all of those things in the market. And so all I did was create an offer, put out the create a compelling reason to buy, engage the audience, right? And did this, right, out to the market. So let me just go back. I'm going to show you. I'm going to stop sharing in just a moment. I'm going to exit on that. And I'm just going to show you exactly what the landing page looks like. So this is what I did. I literally did this in an hour. So I'm just going to share you the screen. Let's go and share. Okay, so this is the landing page, right? This is basically ClickFunnels. So all it was I picked a template and ClickFunnels, a standard template, had video on one side and payment options on the other side, right there, right? What this video was a 6-minute, 41-second video. Now, I shot this, you'll notice I shot this in the evening because the light's in the river. I went to the river, not very far away from where I am, and I shot this live straight on the river, right? And it was a beautiful evening. I had beautiful natural lighting. There was natural lighting on me. It was a fantastic location. And I shot this video saying, hey, here's what we're doing. Here's what we want to do. Here's what all the stuff you get. We're going to do some impact. We're going to do some great things for the world. This is a web event for good, and this is a ticket for good. Buy the ticket, have an impact on the families, right? So that was the video. And then this here, we crafted on a keynote. So I just literally took a ticket. I'm not a good graphic designer. You'll notice I'm not a good graphic designer. We put the ticket on the thing, put a bit of copy, what the ticket was for, what the value was. And so this is the ticket for good, right? This is the web event for good, and this is a ticket for good, right? So this took me 20 minutes to put up, 20 minutes, right? Then in the same time, because when people buy the ticket, they are going to get access to a membership area. That membership area is going to have the recordings from the web event, recordings and the slides and all the information and the resources that are all going to be placed in a membership area. So whilst I was in ClickFunnels, I just made the membership area, right? This is a basic ClickFunnels dashboard membership, right? Agency sales blitz before the event. This is what happens when you buy the ticket. Right, it tells you here's the link to the event. Here is the information, and then there's the bonus trainings. Right, so there are 6 videos here, and you get a little bonus. You don't know you're getting the bonus when you buy the ticket, but I've got some training in there that we provide to you in this training. So this membership area and this page here, this page and this page took me less than 40 minutes to put together. It was pretty easy. Right. So once I had these pages, I had the links, right? Then what I did was I had to go and shoot 2 videos, right? That's all I had to do. So one video here, right? And the other video was the video that I put on the Facebook post, which is still going quite well and still getting great results. I'm seeing lots of people commenting as I go, but I've got my team now posting. As people comment, I get them to post. And so what will happen is there'll be more and more people that will start to buy these tickets. So this is a simple strategy, works brilliantly. Hopefully some of you will come along to the web event. As I said, it's going to be awesome. For $97, that ticket is going to help a lot of families and do some amazing things in this world. So I'm super excited about supporting the cause. But with that, happy to answer questions, because remember I said, go out to the market, make an offer, right? And I did a buy now offer. I not only said, here's the offer, I said, hey, if you want it, you can buy, you can pay me some money and I'll give you incredible value, right? For $97. So I'm going to stop sharing there for a second, and I'm happy to answer your questions. I'm just going to go and take the, where is it? That screen there. So, yeah. Let me just go up one. So, any questions? I'm happy to answer any questions that you have on this. Who could run this for themselves? You can put your own little web event on, charge people $200. I've got several champions that do this, by the way, at the moment. I've got several champions right now that actually do this, by the way, at the moment. My screen's not sharing. There we go. There we are. So, any questions? Any questions you might have? Yeah, it's pretty cool that all that the thing that really excites me is that $97 has an impact on 15 people. It's amazing what $97 will do. What $97 can buy you. The fact that we can provide 10 families with solar lighting in their homes is incredible. The fact that we can pay for the education of one underprivileged child for an entire year is included in the ticket. The fact that we can help 5 women get vocational training so they can get jobs is amazing. I'm really, really super stoked and excited about this idea. But it just shows you what you can do very, very quickly and take action out there in the marketplace. Now, here's the cool thing, right? Let's say I wasn't doing the web event for good and I was just doing an event and I was providing, yeah, Mark, I can do what to provide tutoring help for students absolutely, absolutely. Right, so it fits your mission. So this is a cause. You know, one of the things, the reason why I've been thinking about this is I really want to focus on how at Consulting Unleashed that we can have a much wider and greater impact on the world and in areas of education, in helping people entrepreneurial pursuits. Like I'm looking to work with a social organization that provides beekeeping farms for farmers in Africa, and so they can actually generate income from keeping bees. And so I'm working out how much it costs to give a farmer a beekeeping farm set enough bees to supply honey for the village and the local communities, because that's a business that they can run in an area that they already have their land. So that, to me, that's a no-brainer, right? I want to find out how many bees I can get, how many bee farms I can get, how do we get them distributed, who's going to handle that, and then I'll go and buy hundreds of farmers or thousands of farmers around the world because bees are so important to our ecology and our environment, right? So these are some of the things that are crazy ideas that are going on in my head. So this is actually happening right now. If you want to come along, I'd highly recommend to grab the ticket for good because you're going to get a lot out of it. We're going to go and get the intensive going. James says, yeah, I'll be coming too. Awesome, thank you. I really appreciate that. Like I said, this is a strategy that you can use. You don't have to do it for a social cause. It's nice. It's great. I'm actually feeling quite emotional because yesterday when people bought the ticket so quickly, I thought, wow, we've just impacted on 45, 50 people were impacted by 3 ticket sales. To me, that was just crazy, right? Thank you, James. I really appreciate you saying that. But you can apply this strategy yourself. You can create an event, get paid for the event, right? Give some value, provide the content. It doesn't matter if 10 people show up or 5 people show up or 100 people show up. It doesn't matter, right? What it does is you're building a relationship with those people, but you're also providing incredible value. And the fact that they commit financially means that they also qualify themselves as well in that process. You can do exactly the same thing. I've got 3 of my champions right now, not doing the social cause thing, but they're just running a web event and they're charging people to come to the web event and they're just promoting the web event. We've got right now, John Blake charges $200 for people to show up to a web event. Generally, when he does that, he normally closes between $60,000 and $100,000 every time he does it. So right now he's running the strategy. Martin is running this strategy. He's run this strategy successfully, and he's changing, I think, the model and using this model that I've just shared. Where is it? It's online. It's on. So Chris, if you're in the Consulting Unleashed Facebook group, and you've responded to my message, if you just go to consultingunleashedlive.com/ticket for good, you can see it on the screen, right? Just go to that URL and you'll see the page, and then you can grab a ticket. Yeah. If you haven't grabbed one already. So yeah, that's really weird. We just had 2 more ticket sales, so that's awesome. Good to see. Super, super excited. Yes. So Martin says, yeah, I'm trying this idea. Absolutely. Thank you for putting that up there, Michael. That's the link. If you go to that link, it'll take you to the page, and you can buy yourself a ticket for good. You can buy yourself a ticket for good. And create an impact. I cannot believe how much $97 can buy you to help people in the world. To me, it's just phenomenal. I would have thought, education for a child for a year, that's crazy. For an entire year, one child is going to have education. I'm so super excited about the impact that we're going to have. And think about this. Everybody that gets involved, everybody that purchases, the collective impact of the group is incredible, right? The collective impact of the group in itself is incredible. Like 100 tickets will impact on over 1,500 families, right? 1,500 families for 100 tickets. It's crazy how much impact this has. So thank you for doing that, Michael. I really appreciate it. Now, I'm happy to answer any questions. We've had more people jump in. Thank you. Do we have any questions? Do you have any questions on strategy, what I've just talked about in this training session? I know we're going to put the recordings up here today, but if you've got any questions. Yeah, the event date is actually on the 23rd of May. So 23rd, you actually get all the information when you jump in. All the stuff is there when you jump in. So it's the 23rd of May. It's a Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. Yeah, so it's over 2 weeks away. Over 2 weeks away. So, yeah, super, super, super excited to do this. So, any questions? I'm happy to answer any questions you've got. We've got a person who's gone into the question section. Monique, the recording is going to be on probably within overnight, like within the next few hours, we're going to get this recording up. So as soon as we get off here, we'll put the recording into YouTube, into our Facebook group. If you're in our Facebook group, go to Consulting Unleashed Facebook group, join the group, and you'll have access to all the recordings. If you go to consultingunleashed.com/go, the URL at the bottom, you'll have access to all of the videos that we've done in the last 45 days. Thank you, Monique. That's awesome. I really appreciate the fact you're buying a ticket. Thanks so much. Yeah. So, any questions? Any questions? By the way, if I think about today, so far we've impacted on 120 families. 120 families are going to get lamps, solar lights for their homes. That's awesome. That happened in 24 hours. 60 women are going to get vocational training. That happened in 24 hours. 12 kids are going to have their education paid for an entire year. And that happened in less than 24 hours. In fact, that happened in 14 hours. In 14 hours, that's the impact that this has had. So super, super stoked and excited. Any questions? Yes, absolutely, James. I'll talk about cold calling openers. Were these organizations you already worked with previously before making the offer? This is an organization, I've not worked with the organization. I've actually, this organization is actually attached to a major international economic summit. They developed this organization to support multiple projects. In fact, they have about 2,000 projects that they support around the world. The projects involve education, food, water, sustainability, environmental projects, entrepreneurialism for communities, training and skills training in the communities, and innovation as well. So it's a large part of a large summit that was established out of Singapore and also in Switzerland, where they had the recent World Economic Summit. This group was born of that summit. It is actually supported by the G20 are actually supporting this initiative. This is about creating sustainable change and global change for the future in terms of our economy, in terms of our livelihoods, in terms of education, healthcare. All those areas have been covered by this particular group. I have chosen these 3 projects because I thought they would have an immediate impact on the livelihoods of the people we're going to be giving to. So, like I said, when you purchase this ticket, it does a lot of good. What I wanted to do was I wanted to create as much impact as possible for what $97 could buy me. So what $97 could buy me was 10 lamps for 10 families, or 10 solar lighting units for 10 families. It provided me a year's education for an underprivileged child. It also provided me to train vocationally. So what I mean by vocational training, teaching them how to accounting jobs, office jobs, service positions, skills, vocational trade skills. This is what we're doing off this ticket. 5 women are going to get that training, and also job introductions. So they're going to be helped into the job market, into their economies, in their local economies. So super, super stoked by what $97 can do. So thank you, Eric. I really appreciate that. Thank you. If you want to share this, if you know anybody that you know in the market that should come, just grab the link and share the link. I'd really appreciate that. If you do that, if you go to the Consulting Unleashed Facebook group, you can see the post in there. Just copy and paste the information. You can send it out there. But yeah, as I said, we are trying to have as much or as big of an impact as possible in the marketplace. That we can. So, where are we going? James, can you talk about the conversations? Absolutely. So let's. Thank you, Eric. I really appreciate the support that you invited a whole bunch of people to training. So thank you. So, James, I'm going to unmute you, my friend. Let's talk engagement. So I'm going to allow you to talk. You there, James? You there, James? I've just unmuted you.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yep, gotcha. All right. You've set up the offers. Tell us what you did and tell us, I know you've had a couple of responses. So what did you actually do?
So, yeah, I sent out about, I'd say about 10. I know that's not a lot, but I sent it to people that I knew. And I got two responses for joint ventures. One of the guys is a really important recruiter for lawyers, specifically in DC. So he knows a lot of lawyers, and that might be my in with him to start selling to those, high-powered lawyers. So this could be a really good thing for me.
Yeah. So, okay, great. The fact that you got 10 out there was awesome, man. You took some action, got some feedback, right? Created some opportunity that can turn into future opportunities. The key here is the people that you send to, what do we do in the follow-up, right? If we send an offer to get feedback or in the follow-up, the conversation is actually pretty simple. My first entry into the conversation, depending on what you're offering and why you're offering it, is I would say, look, I shot this out there. Don't know if you got it. Love to get your feedback. You can give me 60 seconds. You can let me know whether or not it's for you. Yes or no? Most people are going to go yes, right? Then you can say, hey, look, this is why we put this out there. We know that this can help. I don't know if you're in the situation, but if you want to see what's working or what's not working, or what is working right now, or perhaps the areas you need to be focusing on, these are some of the things that you can actually do. So that's the way the tone of the conversation goes. It is a very friendly tone. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, we did a training yesterday where we crafted 6 different key offers to the market and to take action very quickly and to go get a result quickly. And there's a whole bunch of people here that got results. And this was what I've shared with you just now was my interpretation of my execution of getting an offer out there and getting some money happening within 24 hours, right? So just doing something really quite fast and quick. So James has taken action. So the question you're asking, James, what does a conversation look like if you're going to be following people up from the offers that you make? Yes?
Yeah, sorry, it wasn't specific to what's about to happen, just specifically to whoever you're calling, cold, completely cold, without even an email.
So if I'm calling somebody completely cold without an email and I know I can help them, that's not that it's a challenging call. I've got to have my script. I've got to have my pitch pretty much down pat, right? Yeah. So so my question would be, because I've got to look at, so here's the thing. Let's break this down, right? Let's break this down. And we're at the 1 hour mark of this presentation. So I'm going to close it out with this idea with you, James, right?
Okay.
So let's break this down. So if we're going to do this, I'm going to just go, if I'm just going to bang it out on the phone, right? I need to have a script. I've got to sit down and think about what I'm saying, what I'm delivering, what I want them to do, what action do I want them to take. Now, in most cases, if I'm calling cold, the real action I want them to take is to accept some information for me. So if I was to break this strategy down, this is what the strategy would look like, right? So let's say I help lawyers, right? Let's say I help personal injury lawyers. So I know I can help personal injury lawyers. We do Facebook ads to get personal injury cases for lawyers. So I'm going to call you. You're the lawyer, right?
Yeah.
You can be as adversarial, or I tend to have a no arseholes policy when I call people.
Oh no.
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Right. So that doesn't mean that a lot of lawyers are assholes. They're not. There's some really nice lawyers out there. But you can be the lawyer and I can be you, okay? And I'm doing Facebook ads for personal injury cases, and this is exactly how I'd approach it. Now, for those of you listening and those who are watching the replay of this recording, imagine, how would I apply this to AdWords? How would I apply this to a sales funnel? How would I apply this to any service you provide, right? So what James is asking me is a very challenging, very scary, let's go cold bang to the market, right? Nothing in front of the client. This is fresh, cold. Here's a list. I'm just going to bang it out one after the other, right?
John,
So
can I ask you one thing? Is this a formula that you use?
No, it's not well, I guess it is, but I'm literally going to lay it out for you.
Okay.
Literally going to walk you through this. Okay. So, so here's how I would approach this thing, right? So I'm Facebook. Personal injury is my game. That's what I deliver, right? And with my Facebook ads, I not only get the lead, but I also filter and manage the lead so that you get a better quality person. That's what I deliver to you as a service, okay? My second thing here is my purpose for this call is for you to accept some information from me so that I can follow it up, right? The purpose of my phone call is for you to accept some information from me, right? So if it's for you to look at, so I can follow it up. I'm not going to go straight to cold call, let's make an appointment, because it's not going to work, right? People are very like, you got to think about the value prop, right? Unless I'm literally handing the guy 10 grand cash, he's not going to make an appointment with me. He doesn't know who, remember, I have no idea who you are, don't know who you are, right? You're calling me out of the blue, so you are an interruption, right? You're interrupting me, my day. So I've got to be really punchy, quick, right? Really fast. And I've got to get you to say yes to two things. The first thing I've got to get you to say yes to is accepting my interruption, my phone call. That's the first thing I have to get you to say yes to. The second thing I have to get you to say yes to is to accept my piece of information that I'm going to send to you that is relevant and helpful to you based on the phone call I'm about to make. Does that make sense?
I love it, yeah.
Right? The second step, this third step is what happens after. There's a follow-up. We're not going to do the third step. We're just going to do these two steps, right? And they're really simple, very quick, very easy, right? But if you do this, you should be able to get an 80% conversion to an acceptance of the next step on average. Pretty much, in some cases, you get 100% conversion. If you do this right, one of the best ways to do this, if you get Jeb Blount's Fanatical Prospecting, I would highly recommend anybody that does that, go and grab that book, right? Go and grab that book. Fanatical Prospecting by Jeb Blount, Jebblount. Just look it up on Google, you'll find it. He does calling scripts. He's got the best calling scripts you ever see. In fact, some of my champions right now are using the calling scripts and getting great results, right? But I'm going to give you a script right now because we're targeting lawyers. So this is for a niche, lawyers who are personal injury lawyers, right? I'm going to walk you through. So first step, I need you to agree to accept the phone call. My second step is I need you to agree to accept my information so that it opens up our opportunity for a relationship. Okay?
Yep.
So let's go. You're going to go ABC. So let's do three things. We're going to get past the gatekeeper. We're going to get the acceptance to accept the phone call, and then we're going to get the give, right? The acceptance of the give. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So here's how I get past. You're not going to be a gatekeeper, but here's how I get past the gatekeeper. To get past the gatekeeper, I already know who I'm contacting. I already have a name, right?
Yeah.
If I don't have a name, this is how I approach the gatekeeper, right? So you're the gatekeeper. You go ABC Lawyers. Thanks for calling ABC Lawyers. James here, right? Do that, and we'll get into the call.
Okay. Do you want me to say James is here?
Yeah, just say ABC.
Oh,
thanks for
okay.
ABC Lawyers. James here, right?
Yeah. Okay, James is here. How can I? What am I doing? I'm trying to sell you.
No, you're not trying to sell me. You're trying to. I'm trying to sell you. You're the gatekeeper, right?
I know.
So here's my approach. So I've called you. You answer the phone. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So go.
ABC Lawyers. Who is this, please?
Hey, it's John Logar here. Look, I didn't catch your name. Your name is?
James.
James. Thanks, James. Really appreciate you picking up the call. Listen, I'm just wondering, are you the managing partner of the practice?
I'm not.
No. So do you mind me asking who the managing partner of the practice is?
John Logar.
John Logar, thanks. Look, I know John's very busy. I know his calendar's probably full. we're actually just updating our information and organising an invitation for John, so we've got our records correctly. Is there any chance that you can put me through to John? Would that be a possibility now, or should I call back another time?
I can try to get him on for you right now.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi, this is John.
Right. Now, sometimes you're going to go, look, John's really busy. What's this about? You're going to get that. That's okay. I understand he's really busy. Look, what I will do is I'll make sure I get something to John, and I'll get back to you at another time. But James, thanks for your time. I really appreciate that. So
hold on, John. What if she puts you through and it goes to his message?
Great. So if it goes to a message bank, I would say, hey John, look, I just want to touch base. John, it's John here. Can you give me a call back on this number? Blah, 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 blah. And I won't leave a message. I won't leave any other message. Just give me a call back on this number. So it's like somebody calling you and you want the person to call back, right?
Yeah, suspense.
Hey John,
okay.
Thanks for I've got your voice here. If you can call me back on 555-3452, it'll be great to connect with you. Thank you. That's it.
Okay.
Right? If I get a message, right? If I leave, you can leave a convoluted message. Right? Now, if I know who John is, right, the way I would normally do it, John would probably have an email or may not have an email from me, not seen an email. And this is the way I handle the get past the gatekeeper call. Really, really simple. You can be the gatekeeper again and say, answer the phone, ABC Lawyers, James here.
ABC Lawyers, James is here.
Hey, James, thanks for picking up the phone. I really appreciate it. By the way, John has got an email from me. He knows that I'm actually calling. I'd love for you, if you can just put me through. Thank you for doing that for me. Appreciate that, James.
Sure, absolutely.
Boom.
Hey, John. Hey,
right.
John, this is John.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go to John, right? So,
yes.
so now we're going to do the part B, the part 2, before we do the part 3, right? So we've done two ways to handle a gatekeeper. Get the information, go back to the person. If you have the information, go straight to the person. Thank them for putting you through. Hey, it's John here. John knows, John's got an email from me. He knows that I'm calling. I've let him know. Just let him know John's on the phone. Thank you for putting me through, James. And then I'll go, oh, okay, I'll put you through, right? If you thank them for putting you through, they can't not put you through. Right, right. If you're really nice and you're pleasant, and that's the thing, is you've got to be really nice and really pleasant, and you've got to have a really positive kind of outlook when you do this. And you say, hey, thank you. Look, John's got a piece of information from me. I've got him through. He does know that I'm calling him. Just let him know John's on the line. But thank you, James, for putting me through. I really appreciate you doing that. And then you shut up.
Yeah. And
then they go, oh, okay, boom, right? Because they're handling all these inquiries and the phone's still ringing. Okay, well, great. John must know who you are. I'll just put you through, right?
Okay.
Okay. So that's how you handle the gatekeeper. So let's go back to the 1-2 of the actual physical phone call, right? Yeah.
You want me to answer again?
Yes. And so you pick up the phone. I've got through the gatekeeper.
Yeah,
you pick up the phone. Hey, it's John here.
Okay. Yeah.
Or James here. Say it's James. I'm John.
Yeah,
James.
it's easy. Yeah. Okay. This is James. How can I help you?
Hey, James, look, thanks for picking up the phone. Is this a good time? Are you busy right now? Have you got a quick second?
I do have a second, yes.
Awesome. Look, first of all, let me quickly introduce myself. My name is John Logar. The reason I'm touching base with you is that we've actually been helping personal injury lawyers acquire caseloads for their practices. Now, if you can give me 60 seconds, you can let me know whether or not we should continue this conversation. Is that fair enough, James?
Yeah, I'm ready. Tell me what you got.
Boom. That's the first yes, right? Now I've got permission to ask you for the second yes, okay? So my first yes, I'll replay that. Hey, it's John Logar here. We've been helping personal injury lawyers just like yourself acquire caseloads in the personal injury area. But just so I don't waste your time, if you can give me 60 seconds, you can decide whether or not we continue this conversation. Is that fair enough?
It sure is.
And then they go, yes. You will get a 100% conversion to a yes on that question if you ask it that way. Right.
I like it a lot.
Everything was, yeah, of course. I can give you 60 seconds. I'll give you 60 seconds of my life. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, remember, the first thing is I asked you, is this a good time? Are you busy right now? And you go, oh, no, it's okay. I can accept the call.
Yeah.
I know you're going to say, okay. Right. But I'm just as a courtesy, right? Hey, I know you're busy. Is it okay if you accept this call right now?
Actually, most people don't say okay, but what you did is you piqued my interest.
Yeah, right. So, but what they do like, is this a busy time? right? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like most people go, I don't know, I can take this call, right?
All right.
That's all we're doing. We're just acknowledging, say, I know you're busy, right? Is this an okay time? And I go, yeah. Most people go,
Yes.
yeah, I don't take it, right? So my next question is, look, you don't know me. My name is John Logar. We specialize in helping law firms just like you to acquire cases in personal injury. But before I get into anything, if you can just give me 60 seconds, you can let me know whether or not we should continue the conversation. Is that fair enough, James?
It is. Yes. Let's do it.
Boom. You will get 100% on the yes to that, right?
I love it.
So the next question is going to be the give. I need a yes to this give. My give is to provide you with something that I know that will help you get the outcome that you're looking for. But right now, it's probably not the most pertinent time to be talking about it, right? But the purpose of me in the second stage is to open the door to having the further conversation. We're building a relationship. Remember, this law firm is going to be spending $20,000, $30,000 on ads or more, or management fees on your services. We have to build a relationship here. Does that make sense?
It does.
So let's go into the give. So you've got a great thing to say. Look, I really appreciate you taking that time. Essentially, like I said, we specialize in helping law firms just like yourself in Atlanta, Georgia, and all over the place to generate an actual filtered, qualified case for personal injury. What most people provide in the marketplace, James, is a lead that actually, in most cases, doesn't go anywhere. What we do is we have a system and a process that actually filters the lead, qualifies them, and gives you at least the best opportunity to be able to help that person into a case. Now, I'm not asking you to commit to anything. I'm not asking you to do anything with us. But what I'd like to do is to share our system with you, our process with you. I've got something that I'd like to send you an email. And then from there, I'd like your permission if I can just follow you up and touch base to see what you think about this process of getting a highly qualified and highly filtered lead. Can I send you that information, James?
Absolutely.
Boom. That's all I do. Thank you. I just want to make sure I've got your best email. Is it james@abclawyers.com or is it jamessmith@abclawyers.com?
The first one.
James at ABC. Great, James. James, thank you. Enjoy your day. Keep an eye out for the email. I'll make sure you get that. But I'll be calling you in a few days' time to get your insight into, at the end of the day, getting highly qualified people who are looking for case in personal injury and looking for them in your market for your firm. So thanks for taking the call. See you later. That's it, right? So now I've got a yes to accepting some information that is valuable and relevant to them. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. So now I can go back, right? I can say in my email or in the information I provide, I can say, here's some training idea, or here's a video that I put together to answer the questions, or here's our system, our methodology of this is why most lead generation doesn't work. This is why our lead generation does work, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I go into, then I'm going to, on my email and say, listen, I'm going to touch base with you in a couple of days' time. One, to make sure you got this, and two, to be able to answer questions that you have around what we've just shared with you. Right? That's in the email. Right?
I love it.
And then, so this person now, if they read your email, they're going to accept. So first of all, I see your email, right? This is the thing that John said he was going to send me. I see your email. Now, whether they click open or they don't click open, I'm going to monitor it, right? I want to know if they open it, right? If they open it, I know that I can call. If they don't open it, I'm going to say, hey, I didn't hear back from you, right? I hope you just let me know that you got this, yes or no. Yep, reply, yes, I got it, right? Great, I'm engaged. Another touch point. Then I'm going to get back on the phone and I'm going to have a wholly different conversation where I'm going to see or qualify them to see if they're a fit. And if you watch a training video where we talked about making the perfect appointment, I actually literally give you the entire script of making the perfect appointment where a person's going to make a decision at the end of your sales presentation. So I don't need to go through that here with you. So James, is that helpful to you?
Very. Thank you very much.
Awesome, man. Thanks for being on the call. Appreciate it.
So,
all right. So we've got a few other questions. Eric, hey John, I've just got it. I just got yes to the free Facebook audit on LinkedIn. What's my next step? So Eric, do you have a phone? Do you have a microphone? Eric, let's see. Eric. Where are you, Eric? You there, Eric? Just make sure your microphone's connected, Eric, and I can answer your question. No, Eric dropped off, so I can't help Eric. That's okay. So with that, I want to thank you for being on this training. I really appreciate you being here. Hope you picked up a lot of ideas and tactical things. I hope you like the idea that we put together. You can run your own giving or webinar for good, which is great. And I just want to see, okay. So we've got a few questions there. Awesome. So we've answered a lot of questions. So this recording is going to be placed in the Facebook group, Consulting Unleashed. It's all going to be placed into the YouTube channel. If you've subscribed there, go to consultingunleashed.com/go. You'll find it there. For those people who have bought a ticket here, thank you very much for doing that. You have done some amazing good today. And I'm really looking forward to delivering an amazing event for you on the 23rd of May for this event. If you haven't, go to consultingunleashedlive.com/ticket for good. Just take a snapshot of that image there. You'll be able to get, if you just take a screenshot or copy that down, consultingunleashedlive.com/ticket for good. That'll take you to the page. That will give you access to the private members area with the bonus training that's already in there. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 23rd of May for this event. So thank you for doing that. As I said, recording is going to be up there. Now, I am on tomorrow, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and I'm also on at, which is 8 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. So 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, LA time. A few people saying thank you, really appreciate that. Michael says, I think the great thing about this scripting is that I get myself off the phone before the prospect can get me off the phone using the exact tactics the prospect would use to get me off the phone. Send me something stiff arm and you get the next call nailed down. Thank you very much, Michael, for sharing that. So with that, I want to thank you for being here. Like I said, if you want to be part of the live web event and support the Ticket for Good, you can purchase a ticket at consultingunleashedlive.com/ticket for good, and you will get access to the private members area with some bonuses in there. But more importantly, we're going to have an amazing time on the 23rd, going to do some really cool stuff, bringing some stuff that I've never shared before into that training. So you're going to get to experience what some of our champions get to experience in their training as well. So with that, thank you for being here. I'd love to get some feedback on these trainings. Like I said, I'm doing them every single day. This is day 47, I think, 47. So we're heading into the 50. As far as I know, I'm going to be continuing to do these every single day. So you'll be able to watch these videos and these trainings live online. So thank you again for being here. Thank you for those who purchased the ticket. We're really looking forward to seeing you at the live event. You've done some great stuff today. And take care, everybody.